Hi, my name is Virginia Belinsky, and this is.
Jewel Butler.
We are residents of Sumter Township, and we do volunteer work. We campaign, and I'm a volunteer at the Senior Center and active in the community, as is Jewel. We visited with Senator Hopgood today. I thought it was a very informational meeting.
And he was very knowledgeable. He answered the questions very concise, very clear. He knew exactly what he was talking about. And if he had any doubt whatsoever, he would say that he would check and get back to us with an answer. And that's the characteristic of a good leader.
He comes to the community fairly often. It's easy to get in touch with him, and I appreciate that a lot. He attends events in the community, so he's very accessible to us, and we're grateful that he does connect with the community as well as he does, and we feel like we're getting our needs met by him.
And the committees that he's on is also very valuable to our particular community because we are a rural area. And although his part of it is appropriation, we still need him to know what our needs are. And he has so far been able to answer those needs or tell us that he is presently working on our requests or our desires, and that we can expect something at least by the end of the year. If not the actual project itself, at least an answer as to when it will take place.
I thought Senator Hopgood gave us good answers to some pretty tough questions. I thought he was pretty diplomatic about assigning responsibility to some of the problems, but he gave it to us straight, and I appreciate that.
And some of the things I was surprised that he really was very knowledgeable about. For instance, one of the questions about our automobile insurance. Although I knew it, but I didn't know it, that how much of my funds were going to the state through some other avenue besides through taxes. How long have we known about him? Well, probably since he's been elected, because he took over this area when they redistrict. And when you redistrict, people that were once your representative is no longer your representative, so they reduce our number of representatives because they made the territory so large and then gave us only one representative for this entire territory. And I'm not going to say who did that because I don't want to get sued.
It was very confusing, and the first time that we had an election after redistricting, we go door to door, and people had no idea we've been redistricted. They had no idea who their representative was or who their senator was, and that makes it difficult for down ballot voting. People just look at these names and they know nothing about them. So that was a problem, but Senator Hopgood is in a pretty safe district for his party, so he didn't have any trouble getting elected. But it is a problem the way they changed things when they redistricted. We are now in with Monroe County as our state representative, which doesn't really relate to us that much as if we were in a Wayne County district.
Always we were district by counties, and that no longer is true. And we call it redistricting because that's a light word. But what they really did was gerrymander. And gerrymander is like the name says that it is. You took pieces of something and just broke it apart and then put pieces back together that do not make sense. In other words, the puzzle does not have a clear picture of what really is the puzzle.